I was amazed. The sit-stand lift is the one I really use the most, and it's very easy to hook a resident up with a sling around them and stand them up, and I can pull their pants up and down. I can put them on the toilet. I can put them in their chair. I can put them on the bed, get them out of the bed, all by myself. I can do a 200 or 300 pound person all by myself. And I was just amazed. It really made my job a lot easier. I'm not interrupted with people coming and saying, I need to get so-and-so out of bed, can you help me? Because everybody's got a lift and everybody can be moved with a lift. The ceiling lifts are really nice. We have one resident I can think of right now that she arched her back when we went to put the sling under her and put her on the sit-stand lift, and then she arched her feet again, and she was really uncomfortable. She hollered and carried on the whole time. We have an open sling for the ceiling lift that doesn't go, all we got to do is put it underneath her. We pull it up between her arms and around her legs, and we got her hooked to the ceiling, and she does fine. She does not holler. She does not carry on like she was before. She's an arthritic patient, so it makes a world of difference. And then our really large residents, you can get them out of bed, onto the toilet, into the chair, all by yourself. There's a man that's almost 300 pounds, and I can do him with the ceiling lift all by myself. But my back had not bothered me at all since I started using the lift. I quit wearing the back braces, and it's been 2-3 years, and I hadn't had any back pain at all. And the residents' families are really amazed. I've had many family members stay in the room while I've used the sit-stand lift, and they are just amazed how easy. You know, they know that lifting mom and dad out of that bed and onto a chair is a really hard job because they've tried to do it probably at home. And they're just amazed that we can do it so easily with a machine. It's hard to imagine getting done now, but without the lift, there's no way.
Of probably 3 or 4 months, I almost quit going to the chiropractor completely. Within a year, I didn't have to go at all. It's been 2 years since I've been to a chiropractor. And then there's the overhead lifts. They are absolutely wonderful. There's like moving air. The patients aren't in stress. We can put them on and off the toilet. We can clothe them more decent than we used to. Their hygiene is being done a lot better. They go to the toilets more. They have a lot more dignity about them. They can keep their dignity, I should say. The sit-to-stand lift was my first breakthrough. The walk lift was just awesome. I just thought that they couldn't get any better than that. I really, really enjoyed that because there's a lot more people out that are walking now because of that, and they wasn't walking before. I mean, we literally had to drag them. Then the overhead lift. When he brought that in, I thought, what is he thinking? But it's awesome. I just can't believe how you can glide somebody with one finger, literally. I know I wouldn't work anywhere else. No amount of money would take me away from this job. I just feel so secure and so like they're here to help me, for me to help the resident. I would suggest every nursing facility to invest in this equipment. It will save your employees and make your residents very happy.
I used equipment from the beginning, and I could see a major difference in my back as I used it. And then it got to the point where I prefer it because I found out not only was it benefiting me, it was also benefiting the residents. Like the stand-up lift, take them to the bathroom, it was like one-on-one. I could talk to them. I didn't have to waste my time waiting on another aide to get there. If the aide was busy, I was not bothering her. I was not bothering the resident. Did not feel like it was a burden to them, to ask me if my back hurt, because the equipment was there. The equipment did all the lifting for me. And it made it so much simpler, and I came much better acquainted with the residents, much closer to them, and it saved their dignity. We have the electric beds that come up. I'm a tall person. I'm like 5'9". The beds would come up to my level where I can, do the AM care or whatever I need to do. and I don't have to bend over in the bed and put that lumbar spring, back on a pole. So for the last couple of years, I have not been to the chiropractor for my back related to work. It took 3 of us to do him. One on each arm, one aid underneath his legs. And it got to the point where it hurt his arms to lift him. And especially if 2 people didn't lift at the same time, you're like pulling them. But now with the overhead, you put the sling underneath him, and this thing just, the equipment just lifts him up out of the bed or off the commode. And it's easier. One person can do that and just slide him around. And it saves his dignity. It saves him from hurting. And he was getting frustrated with us because some of the girls couldn't lift as well as the other ones, and he would get agitated. And now it's just one even lift and one even movement.